the waterfront is secure. That from local police as they prepare for thunder over Louisville on both sides of the river.
We ask the citizens to let us know if they see anything suspicious or they see anything that has a potential to become violent.
A man walks into a local business as it's being burglarized. Now he may pay with his life.
I've made an adjustment to the rain chance on Thunder. Plus, I think we're going to see 80 degrees this weekend. When to expect that? Coming up next.
Why those stick figure car stickers may make you an easy target for criminals.
From Louisville, WDRB News at 4 starts now.
Thanks for joining us today. I'm Elizabeth Woolsey.
And I'm David Scott. We begin this afternoon with a WDRB News alert. A verdict has just been reached in the trial of two men accused of murder in the shooting death of a TARC bus passenger. Jurors found Jeffrey Kingdon guilty of murder, wanton endangerment, and tampering with evidence in the shooting death of 17-year-old Rico Robinson. Martin Keene was found guilty of complicity to manslaughter.
This is surveillance video from that shooting 2 years ago that you just saw. The defense argued shots were fired in self-defense. However, prosecutors argued it was premeditated and a planned revenge killing because Robinson stole rent money from Keene and Kingdon. Lindsay Allen was in the courtroom as the verdict was read. She is getting reaction right now and will bring us more details as soon as she is available to do that.
Our Gilbert Corsi is out live today following new developments in waterfront security as we head into Thunder.
Within the last 30 minutes, a news conference was held regarding public safety. Gilbert, what is the latest information?
David, Elizabeth, I can tell you that I stepped out of this press conference in just the last 5 minutes. All the stakeholders on Thunder Security have come here to the Metro Safe Emergency Operations Center to demonstrate the new surveillance system at Waterfront Park. Take a look at some video here. From what I saw of the demonstration, these new cameras can shoot from Waterfront Park all the way across to the Indiana side of the river with picture-perfect clarity. Of course, these cameras follow the gang violence downtown last month. A mob of 200 teens attacked innocent people at random. In the days after the incidents, Mayor Greg Fisher said the city would spend $227,000 to buy 24 cameras for the waterfront. Today, he says there are actually 28 cameras, and they are up and operational now in time for Thunder. Leaders expect more than 500,000 people at Louisville's waterfront to enjoy the annual fireworks and air show. You can hear the planes going over our head right now as practice continues. Public safety is a top priority for this event. Fisher says the area will be watched by camera 24 hours a day by rotating shifts of Metro Corrections officers.
This takes our ability to address issues at Thunder to a whole new level. You know, as I've talked over the last couple of days, we're going to have over 1,150 officers working Thunder. But this gives us the opportunity from the Emergency Operations Center to see things that are going on from an angle that we've never had before.
WDRB's Emily Muir is inside the press conference right now. It is still going on. She will join us at 4:30 with more on the specs of these cameras, exactly where they will be placed, or where they are placed, I should say, how far they see, examples of how far they see, the quality of the pictures, and who is going to be watching besides the jail tomorrow. Now, we talked about that leaked FBI memo with intelligence talking about the gang that caused the problems at Waterfront Park. I can tell you that that has made its way to law enforcement in southern Indiana. And today I went inside the Emergency Command Center in Jeffersonville to see the measures in place there should any problems arise at Thunder.
It's absolutely awe-inspiring being this close to it.
Thunder's best flight smiled down on Mike Tanner's front door.
That's why we call it Thunder, because of the noise of the people coming down the street at 7 a.m.
Living just a few feet from Ashland Park, Tanner's come to expect his annual neighborhood expansion. He says he can watch 100,000 people without ever leaving his living room.
And as you can see, we've got law enforcement is here already.
It's reassuring for the Clarksville resident, especially after the headlines of gang violence at Louisville's waterfront. Clark County safety leaders will be in direct communication with the Metro Command Center should any problems cross either side of the river.
We're basically treating this as what we call Thunder City. So separate from the normal operations, we're staffing for this. So we treat this as a whole city by itself.
Thunder City will be the event management hub, bringing Southern Indiana Police, Fire, and EMS all under the same roof. It's set up specifically for this day. Jeffersonville's pumped in its own surveillance feeds. giving 10 different camera angles on crowds in and along Riverside Drive.
Good, we got Market Street.
Meanwhile, Indiana State Police will manage 250 local, state, and federal officers from the 2nd Street Bridge.
We're going to be combining together, obviously, to have traffic control, foot patrol. We're going to have officers just setting surveillance. We're going to have the Indiana State Police is going to have a bomb squad. And we're also going to have aircraft up in the air. We're going to be monitoring things from the sky.
Trying to ensure the only bangs come from the fireworks.
Gang problems or flash mobs or anything that you call them today, we're always planning for those issues. We ask the citizens to let us know if they see anything suspicious or they see anything that has a potential to become violent.
Do you feel secure?
Yeah. Thunder's going to be fun for everyone that comes. I don't think a few troublemakers are going to ruin it for Louisville. That's not going to happen.
Thunder is in its 25th year this year. The event has never been canceled, and despite some concerns about safety, organizers actually expect possibly a larger crowd this year because the weather hasn't been that great in the last 2 years. Now, this press conference with all the city leaders in Louisville, it just let out here in the last 3 minutes. Again, Emily Muir was upstairs until the end, and she will join us at 4:30 with more on this demonstration. For now, reporting live downtown, Gilbert Coursey, WDRB News.
All right, thank you, Gilbert. The fireworks and planes that make up Thunder over Louisville will draw thousands of people from across the country, and it all comes together in the Thunder Command Center. The room in the Galt House is buzzing with activity today. The producer of Thunder, Wayne Hettinger, tells us the command center is officially set up, the computers are synced, and the staff is ready to go. Each person working on the show has to be ready to do what's needed at the exact moment they're supposed to do it.
They all know what they're going to do and who they're going to hand off to, and we do the entire show without a single rehearsal.
The air show starts at 3. The fireworks follow at 9:30. And there are some restrictions on what you can take to Thunder over Louisville. No tents or canopies. You cannot reserve your space with tape or rope. No glass bottles or alcoholic beverages are allowed. Do not bring bikes, skateboards, or skates, and be sure to leave your pets at home. You can bring picnic blankets and lawn chairs. Plastic bottles and food are allowed, as well as coolers everywhere but the chow wagon. And due to increased security, people and bags may be searched. We have a complete list right now on our website, WDRB.com. If you missed something, just click on the button.
An investigation is underway after police say a man was assaulted this morning inside the business where he works. Authorities say it happened around 5 o'clock at Packaging Unlimited. That's at the corner of 12th and Kentucky Streets. Authorities say an employee in his 60s was taken to the hospital with life-threatening injuries. Nearby business employees say the man had been beaten. Police spent the morning combing the building for clues and talking with area businesses. Authorities are not releasing the man's condition.
From more than 12 hours to just 1 minute, this is time-lapse video of the historic Milton-Madison Bridge slide. The new bridge is now resting on its refurbished permanent piers, but just because it's in place doesn't mean it's ready for drivers. Officials now need to weld, stripe, and align the road, and it could take longer than a week before it's back open to traffic. Crews say it all depends on construction.
A troubled Louisville middle school will have a new leader next year. Officials with JCPS confirmed they will not appeal the recommendation by a state audit team to remove Myers Middle School principal Jack Baldwin. An audit in February found Baldwin lacked the leadership to improve the academically struggling school. He'll finish out the school year and will reportedly be working in human resources after that. One business is offering employees $5,000 to quit.
Would you take the money and run?
A couple of new businesses are getting ready to open here in downtown Jeffersonville. They'll have a dress rehearsal for Thunder.
Mom, dad, kids, pets, why those popular car decals may make you a target for crime.
Want more news? Anytime, anywhere, any device. WDRB News.
Just about an hour ago, police gave us an insider's look at what they're doing to protect crowds this weekend.
WDRB's Gilbert Coursey and Emily Muir are live at Metro Safe, where police and city leaders answered how they plan to do it.
Good afternoon, guys. And that briefing came with a bold statement from Louisville's Police Chief Steve Conrad, guaranteeing that this surveillance system has made Thunder a safer event for tomorrow, Emily.
Gilbert, we got to see the inside look. We saw 72 screens of these cameras that are all over downtown and the waterfront. They span from the Belle of Louisville and down past Tumbleweed to the U of L's Rowing Center. And the picture is high quality. It's in color. Some cameras can spin 360 degrees. We originally thought they'd put up 26 cameras, but they have put up 28 now. And the cameras can see about 30 yards, and they demonstrated how they can zoom in without losing any clarity. LMPD Chief Steve Conrad says with the installation of these cameras, the public should feel very safe at Waterfront Park.
Metro Corrections has stepped up in a big way to allow us to begin monitoring these cameras along with other cameras on the network on a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 365-day-a-year basis. We did not have that capability before. The cameras were all recorded. We could bring them up for a special event like what you're seeing here. But this gives us the opportunity to monitor those cameras.
The cameras have no audio. They are just a very clear picture. You know, Gilbert, we asked about privacy rights. An officer mentioned facial recognition. You can see people's appearances, but they don't have facial recognition. So they said that this is just for their staff to monitor for safety and crime reasons.
5 pictures at the Great Lawn, 10 on the Big 4 Bridge. Where are the rest?
The rest, there's 28 total. The rest are scattered on Waterfront Park. So they said that the only parking lot without a camera right now is the purple lot, which is where all of those construction vehicles are being stored right now.
Of course, we know the backdrop to these cameras downtown. Take a look at the pictures. It was that chaos that teenagers created on March 22nd. 22 incident reports, assaults, burglaries, criminal mischief, you name it. Really shocking this community to see what was happening at Waterfront Park. The FBI would offer some intelligence just this week, telling us that it was this YNO gang, middle schoolers, heavily armed, and their words here, potentially crazy.
Yeah, and they didn't really touch on the YNO gang at this press conference. I think officials are really wanting to focus on, you know, all the work that they've put into this security system and looking ahead to the safety now and how they can prevent that to ever happen again.
We talk about that FBI intelligence. It has made its way to the southern Indiana side of the river, and 250 state, local, and federal officers will be guarding Thunder in southern Indiana tomorrow. Indiana State Police has set up a command center on the 2nd Street Bridge. Clark County safety leaders say they will be in direct communication with the Metro Command Center should any problems cross either side of the river.
And they've set up an event management hub, bringing police and fire and EMS all under the same roof. Jeffersonville's pumped its own surveillance feeds, giving 10 different camera angles on crowds in and along Riverside Drive.
We ask the citizens to let us know if they see anything suspicious or they see anything that has a potential to become violent.
The National Guard is also helping with security in southern Indiana tomorrow. Emily Muir, you're on this story throughout the night at 6:30 and 10. What's coming up?
Well, we talked with officials, like I said, at this press conference. We're going to go down to Waterfront Park and see what people think about all of these cameras. I mean, they're going to be being watched, you know, anytime they go to Waterfront Park. So we're going to go talk to some people, see what they think about it.
Thunder is the kickoff here to the Derby Festival and one of Louisville's signature events. Safety a top priority for tomorrow.
It is.
For Emily Muir, I'm Gilbert Corsi reporting live downtown, WDRB News.